Page 26, Pals of the Saddle. That's what they want to call it, okay. I forget what the real name is. Maybe the blurb up the top tells you what it is. They're talking about a thing called sympathetic vibration. This is one of the things that the pedal does for us. This is why the pedal can change the tone. This is one of the reasons we don't use pedal if we don't have to. For instance, if I take a note, any note, doesn't matter what it is, and if you, on an acoustic piano, if you push the note down really slowly, it won't sound. Like so, like that, that's an A. I pushed that down real slow and it didn't sound, because the hammer doesn't hit the string. It's fine. But by holding it down, it holds the damper off the strings, so the strings are free to vibrate if they want to. The kicker is if they want to. Now if I take a lower note, and A is the most obvious, and I play it loudly and then release it, but I'm holding down this original A, you'll hear this A sound. I don't know if you can hear it in electronics or not, but you can hear it here. And now that A is sounding. That's a sympathetic vibration. So this A caused this A, the strings, to vibrate. Just because of the sound waves going through the air, it makes those strings vibrate if they're on the same frequency, or if they're on a harmonic, or we call a partial, of the fundamental. It gets real technical on this, but it's like a chord is a real nice thing. Let's take fifth. If I take a G and I push it down slowly, and I come down and I play a C, well, a G is in the harmonics of a C. It's in the list of harmonics, and so it should sound too. Not very loudly, because it's the octave is the loudest one, and then it goes up. So it's like we have harmonic system. We have an octave, that's the first one, and then you have a perfect fifth, this is the second one. Above that, and then you have a perfect fourth above that, and then a third, and then it gets, the distances get smaller and smaller as you go up. The point is, when I play a note like this, and I have the pedal down, you're hearing all these other tones also. They're very light, but they're feeding it. This, you're hearing this, all these other tones are ringing also with the pedal down. But if I leave the pedal up and play, all you hear is this. Now you're still going to hear those other tones a little bit, because these strings vibrating will cause those when a string vibrates, it doesn't just vibrate, it vibrates in multiple places, and each of these multiple places produces these other tones. So I need to get a whiteboard and draw it all out for you, but that's the point. That's a sympathetic vibration, is when play one note and another note sounds because of it. There's actually a way on a large bore brass instrument like a tuba, baritone, maybe a trombone, where they can play 3 notes at the same time, believe it or not, because of the sympathetic vibrations. There's a technique for doing it. I can't do it. I'm not a brass player, but yeah, it can be done. However, Pals of the Saddle, let's talk about this. This is in the key of F major, 1 flat. 6 8 times, so we're counting 8th notes. It has a pickup beat, 2 16th notes to an 8th note, so it's 6 and. 6 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 and 1, 2, 3, 5. Second line. You got staccatos and legatos, and I'll leave that up to you to get all that. Second measure, second line. Now you're going to reach down. Now you don't have to do 4 3 here. You can do a 5 4 if it's easier. Just follow their fingering, it's fine. You get the same thing in the last line. Well, we want to feel a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at the first line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feel to it. Dynamic wise, they don't give you a lot in dynamics. They say loud, and then at the end of the line, then once you get a little louder, well, don't go loud from loud. Come down a little bit and then go back up to loud. So it's the last measure of the first line is here, and then come down. So you got room to grow. Because you want to go up to the D, go up to here, go up to here. And you got legato in the right hand and staccato in the left. And then in the second line, second measure, now it's legato. This provides us a contrast between the staccato stuff and the legato in the second line. To the staccato. As far as the pedal goes, I completely disagree with it. I don't recommend any pedal in this piece at all. There's no reason for it as far as I'm concerned. So just leave out the pedal completely. It's up to you, this legato pedal, if you stick it in, but I'm leaving it out because I disagree with it. So real slowly, it's just a light wrist staccato here. Bring out the right hand, it's the melody. See the slurs in there? Lift up between each one. Just the right hand. The left hand is legato. You see that? Center all the way to the end. It's not a bad little piece. It's kind of fun. It says con anima, which means with animation, so you'll have to figure out what that is. But have some fun with it.